Okay, all right. We are here with the special edition episode of the Erskine Music Show. Thank you guys for joining me this morning, and it's an exciting day here. We've got a release that is coming out today. Woohoo! Let's celebrate. And so we've got some really cool stuff to talk to you guys about. Wanted to kind of share a little bit at some point today about what's been going on since the last Erskine Music Show. You'll notice the blurry background, a different background. I can change this up whenever I want to. I can go with the academic setting if I'd like. Well, I better not mess with stuff while on the camera. But anyway, all good. Comment section, again, turned on. Hopefully you guys can hear me this morning and that all is loud and proud. I'm still waiting for some folks to wake up this morning. I know I hadn't been doing the Erskine Music Show in a while. And so there's some of you guys are like, whoa, what, why am I getting this alert? I didn't think he was coming back until September. Now, remember the last episode, if you remember, I told you guys that I would be coming in periodically throughout the summer and just giving you guys a couple of updates. We will probably come back on before Life Fest just to remind everybody, hey, your boy is going to be at Life Fest Nashville, and you won't want to miss that. So, we'll be doing that, and then also making some other announcements about when the Erskine Music Show is going to return in the fall at some point so that we begin having these, several times a week discussions that we are so apt to have. And it's just been a great summer. So I'm going to update you guys on a little bit of summer activity. But the purpose of our gathering together today is for the sole effect of telling the whole world, everybody in the world. And I've already been getting messages from people throughout the world. And, at this point, guys, stop getting in contact with me. It's okay. Like, we'll talk later. But at this point, it's come out in several places in the world. It was midnight wherever your time zone is. And so it's out here in the United States, a new song released called Circles. And I don't know if we'll have some special guests that are joining us. We're actually efforting as we speak. Look, I'm getting messages right now. Oh, okay. Okay. So we will not have international audiences joining us today this morning, but we do have an international story to tell in relationship to this song. Mason Zygoda is the featured artist on this song. And so, man, got a lot of wonderful things to talk to you about her, because some of you guys in the Erskine music ecosystem, you guys may not even know who Mason Zygoda is. Like, raise your hand. Do you know Mason? Do you know Mason? All right. So that's the question that we have on hand. You're going to get to know Mason through this song. And hopefully I'm going to put a link down at the bottom of the screen so that you guys can begin to check out some of her work. And have that to look forward to this morning. So that is also in the show notes. If you think about it, go ahead and check that out. Mason Zygoda. She's at Mason Zygoda. And I'll put some of her information here for you guys. Insta. All right. So, and I'll also flash a picture up of her. Just, if you're walking around Nashville and you happen to see a lady that looks like this, it's probably Mason. And so we're going to talk a little bit about the song, the process of the song, share a little bit about what's going on. And if you guys hang with me for just a few minutes, we're not going to stay long today, but if you guys will hang with me for just a few minutes, we will actually play I don't know if we have the lyric video today, but we will also be playing the song on the show. And so if you've not heard it before, you'll be able to hear it here. And David, Michael James, what's up? Thank you guys for tuning in today on the Erskine Music Show. So glad to see some people who are watching this. So let's do this. Let's not waste any time. Let's get straight to what you guys came for. Good morning to everybody. Hi, world. We're going to share a couple of exciting things that are going on in the Erskine music world. I got my notes here in front of me because I don't want to miss talking to you guys about some of the big summer things that have been going on. One of those things this summer, obviously, you'll notice the typical background stage kind of setup for the Erskine Music Show with the lights and all the different things. That's not there. In fact, we blurred the camera because, we can do that now. Because not only do we have a new camera, but we have new effects that we can use with our camera. And at some point, I'll be using those because I cannot resist. It's like a moth to the flame. There's a button that I can press. But I'm going to be disciplined today, people. I'm not pressing the button in the middle of my show, as I'm so apt to do when I get curious and ADD-ish and squirrelish, and I see a button that I haven't pressed before. Hey, I don't know if any of you guys are live streaming out there, But I'm kind of one of those guys that's like, look, I see a button I've never pressed before. Let me press it in the middle of my show and then cancel everything. And so I apologize for the lack of excellence in my broadcasting, but I will resist the urge today because we've got important things to take care of. David Michael James, what's up, man? Asking me if I remember you. Of course I remember you. Man, that's great. Wait, I think hold on a second. I don't want to tell a lie. That's not what this show is about. I think I remember you. Are you in the Midwest? If so, I remember you. If you're in another part of the country, okay. Yep. So, Kezia, what you think about that camera? Oh, we got that camera. Got that new camera. So yeah, you're gonna get greeted with this next season. This is a foretaste of it. I hadn't even set the backgrounds up and everything. This is just raw out the box, new camera type stuff that I'm doing today. I just blurred the background. You know what? I'm gonna press a button in the middle. No, I said I wasn't gonna press a button. I'm wanting to press buttons in the middle of my show. No, I ain't supposed to do that. But so no, yeah, this is just a foretaste of what's to come. The Erskine Music Show resolution is going to increase. The sound is going to increase, and we're just taking this thing to new levels. You know, we have finally gotten a dedicated camera and stream for this show, so I'm not going to have to worry about going like this every 5 minutes. You'll see my hand coming into the screen because I'm pushing some button of a free ad that's coming up. No, don't worry about that anymore. We didn't came up like George and Wheezy. Mike. Saginaw. What's up, my man? Okay. Mike Martin, what's up? Okay. David Michael James. We live in Florida. You do music. Cool, man. Drop us a link. What's up, man? Looking good there, looking good. Watching from Colorado. Okay. I see. What part of Colorado are you guys in, Greg and Linda Bruner? Because I would have sworn we were out to eat yesterday at O'Charlie's, gave them a free advertisement. But on Wednesday, they have free pie. And so I don't know if you knew that or not, but if you can find an O'Charlie's on Wednesday, if you buy an adult meal, they will give you free pie of your choice. Anyway, we were there. We didn't even know that they did that, but we were there. And I was like, hey, there's a guy over there that looks like Greg Bruner. And I looked over and like Kelly literally almost got up and turned Craner. I was like, no, don't do that. You can't do that in a restaurant. You can't be looking around the restaurant and be like, hey, I see so-and-so. Okay. But yeah, so yeah, we're making some improvements throughout the way. That's one of the announcements. The second thing is been doing camps this summer, and I got a chance to do Falls Creek, got a chance to go up to OC Hills, what a retreat center, whatever that is, in Chattanooga. I'm not dismissing it like whatever it is. I don't remember offhand what the name of the place was, because it's all about the kids. It's all about the people. It's all about the camp environment and being able to just really enjoy the folks that I was working with this summer. And the kids are tremendous. I understand people. The LGBT PQRST element of P agenda has taken over. Those of you who are concerned about the CRT and what that means for our education system and the economics. And if you're a doom and gloom person, this is probably not your show, because I am not that guy. Like, yes, we're concerned because we're Christians and we live in this culture, but at the same time, we are not going to jump off a cliff just because things look bleak. And so I've been extremely encouraged. I know kids spend way too much time on media devices, not enough time in the Word of God. I got all that. I understand. But the kids that I've had an opportunity to work with, they're authentic, they're real, they're going through real struggles, they're finding solutions in Christ, they're coming to faith in Christ. And man, if we can't celebrate that, I don't care how dark the world seems to you, there are still some bright lights that I've had an opportunity to be among and to also minister to. And so let that encourage you today. Put that in the proverbial pipe and smoke that one for a little bit. David Michael James, if you're doing music now, come on, get us some links up here. Kezia, you're on the show. You're watching this intermittently. Hopefully you're not taking away from your employer as you're watching this, but get us some links up here. You know, come on, girl. Get us some links up here, and I'm going to put that on the show. You know I will. Come on. That's how I do. That's how we do on this show. And okay, yeah, I'm in Tennessee. Hey. You're in college for worship. Okay, get that link soon. All right, baby steps, baby. Baby steps. I understand. This show started out, and before you saw that fancy intro that flew in with all the, Texas flag and everything, I literally was like waving things in the air and like, hey, this is me from, and I was playing off-board music that like had a soundtrack on it of like songs of mine. So I understand it takes a minute. We also have been doing some recording this summer, and you will get a chance to hear in just a few moments. We're not going to wait long, but in just a few moments, you'll get a chance to hear the new song Circles. Woo! Let's go. All right. But in addition to that, we've also recorded another song. Sneaky. So we've been working in the studio. We've been doing something. Kezia, who has been on this. Let's put Kezia's name up there. Kezia, can you put your name up here and get some information to us? A link. Just put it in the comment section, and I'll make sure it gets up there. But we have been recording with some other artists, been singing backgrounds on some of their materials. Brought some other artists in to sing background on some of my material, and man, it's just been a wonderful. Those of you who are concerned about the music industry in Nashville, well, you should be. But I will say there is a lot of artists who are willing to work with one another. We're not stuck up. We're not divas. We're not those kind of artists that you hear about who make a name for themselves because, well, they're turds. But we're not in competition with one another. We all know that we need to help one another so we can glorify Jesus and we can amplify this music thing to its greatest degree and see souls saved and see people's lives change and see people engaged in new and creative ways and see people become passionate about Jesus who were before just like, Jesus. Okay. All right. Oh, but they heard that song and they're like, hey, never heard that before. Hey, let me look into this Jesus thing a little bit more. And so there's a lot of artists who do it for that reason. And we are just enjoying that sort of thing. And so, okay, the only link that you have is the only link he has. David Michael James. Told you I'd put it up on the show. Kezia, get some stuff up here. We'll put yours on the show as well. So we've been working with some new artists. And I will say this summer, we are excited to announce the team has grown. This used to be a 1 or 2 person operation. Now it's 3, 4, creeping up to maybe 5 people who are helping out with different things. And what I enjoy about that whole thing, and if you're listening to this morning, just kind of pop it in. What I enjoy about the growth of the team this summer has been that everybody that has joined the team and become more a focal point of the team is way better at what they do than I am. I really can only do a few things. You're watching one of those things, which is engage in an audience. I can perform songs in front of an audience. I can talk to people, which reminds me, one of our partners I'm going to be meeting with here in about an hour, Moody Radio, the Don and Steve morning show that I was on last week. They've become dear friends of ours, and we're going to go have a meeting with them and just enjoy some time together. And that's always an exciting thing to be a part of the cast of the Moody Radio family. And so we just continue off air to continue to strengthen some of those relationships. By virtue of that, another announcement is that Life Fest this summer. Yes, Life Fest, the one that you heard about that is the massive it may be one of the largest Christian concert events in the world. It's in the top 5 or so. It's a 4-day event that takes place in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. This year, they're springboarding from the 4-day event to a 3-day event that they're also doing in Nashville. The first day, second day, third day, Newsboys, headline, all the Christian music artists you can think of, they're going to be there, including me. Hey! So that's pretty incredible that I got an invitation to play at the backyard stage for that. And so, hey, we never thought that hip hop would make it this far. All right. So that's going to be happening. And I mentioned that because Don and Steve from the morning show, Moody Radio, 91.7, 98.7, 1200 AM, Moody Radio. How to memorize that? 888-598-9878. That might not be the number, so don't call those people. So anyway, they're going to be introducing me, and so that's going to be wonderful to have the Moody Radio family, who is a brand partner and sponsor of mine, also introducing me for Life Fest. So, man, it just keeps getting better and better. Second thing that I want to talk about here among the big announcements is some of the folks that worked on this song, and I'm going to give a quick shout out here. The video of, okay. It's the video of him leading worship. Okay, you got to start somewhere. Come on. Tracy James. Can I also say hello? I'm going to talk about people here for just a second. Tracy James, the James family, I met them, what was that, 4 or 5 years ago in Florida. I literally used to travel around with a guitar and just go try to meet people. And then if a show came out of that, cool. If a radio interview came out of that, cool. If a lunch meeting came out of that, cool. And so it was really a special time. I will say it's a special time. Those who are doing booking for me now are like, you had the jankiest booking ideas in the history of the world. Like you would literally I would just be in Florida and I'd just show up and I literally would sit down and I would pray and I would say, Lord, show me the people of peace that I need to connect with who are in this music thing that I can give a CD to, that I can hand my card to, that'll stand around long enough to hear what it is that I'm trying to do to glorify the Lord. And if they care enough, something might happen from it. And 8 years now, we've been doing this. I wouldn't recommend you do that because I remember sleeping in my car a lot of times because I didn't know anybody or have any houses or money for a hotel. And so I don't recommend you do that unless the Lord specifically has called you to that. Oh, David. Come on now. David. Yes. I know who David is. Be trying to trick me. Don't trick me. I'm tricked because I'm not paying attention. Hi, Meg Habasavik. We should all say, if you're out there today, say Habasavik, 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 Habasavik. That's Meg's last name, and she is amazing, and she's putting together some radio promotions now. I'm going to be doing a stadium event where we're going to be headlining down in Texas in October. Wow. Lumpkin Stadium in Waxahachie. How many do they hold? Like 14,000 people? Man, that's incredible. So I'll be doing a stadium event down there, and she's helping put all that together. You'll hear more from Meg because the show will have started, and Meg's going to come on hopefully several times and share a little bit about what's going on down there. Ellis County, if you haven't heard what's going on there, in the midst of the darkness that's going on, Ellis County, first county, I think, in America to outlaw and ban abortion. Lubbock is the second, where my other buddy is at, Brian Maines. But yeah, there are these counties who are outlawing abortion, and they are building resource centers for women and for families and helping people, not just the messaging of pro-life, but also the actions of pro-life and pro-gospel. And so you'll hear more from Meg Havasavik. She's on the show. She's going to be working with some folks in the Dallas-Fort Worth area and trying to get me on the air over there. It's amazing. If I had been and I lived in Dallas-Fort Worth area and ministered there for about 11 years or so, trying to get radio play and contacts with people in Dallas, impossible. Moved to Nashville, still impossible. But through Meg, through the Lord, it's now possible. So, yes. All right. So without further ado, let me talk about a couple of names here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to hear the song. First name that I wanted to mention here, and I was efforting getting him on the show, but it's Jeremy Dawson. Jeremy Dawson, if you haven't seen his work, you probably haven't seen his work because he's over in India. Wonderful, incredible artist, guitarist, musician, passionate lover of Jesus. We worked together when our family lived there for a while. I was working with their worship team and just instantly fell in love with Jeremy, his heart, his passion. And, his story is one that I think a lot of people can resonate with. It's very rough background. He would be the first person to tell you that, in the darkness of his sin, in the darkness of his heart, hurt a lot of people, did a lot of things that he knows the Lord was not pleased with. And that turning point in his life came when he received Christ and had obviously a revival that took place in his life to where he began to understand that the recovery of those things and the recovery of following Christ began to be a passionate pursuit of his. Well, we struck up, since that's his passion, that's our passion. We were working closely together on the worship team. Just so talented, so very talented. And just really over that course of time, seeing him sort of come out of the shell and begin to take chances. And if you're out there this morning, I want to tell you, don't be afraid to take risks. Everybody out there that's been successful in anything is at some point taken a risk and just said, you know what, this might be dumb. This might be the dumbest idea, but I'm going to put it out there. And so Jeremy and I actually had some time where we began writing together. And the song that we wrote, it's gone through several revisions, but the song that we wrote together is the song Circles. It wasn't called that at the time. But as we were sort of playing with these ideas and he would play a guitar riff and we started, what are we trying to communicate through this song? Jeremy is the co-writer of this song, tremendous artist, and he's going to be promoting it on some of his social media channels. And so we'll try to get Jeremy Dawson's information up here very soon so that you guys get a chance to know him. Now, unfortunately, because of the way that copyrights laws work, there are no copyrights in India. And so literally what happens, and also in Africa, and I've seen this firsthand, you'll write a song, um, somehow it ends up on the radio. There's no copyright. So there's no royalties, there's no credentials, there's nothing that comes from that song. It just gets pirated. Music is so pirated in India and also in Africa, other side of the world. And so brought the song back over here. I'm registered with ASCAP, and so all that is legal. It's legit. You try to use the song and say that it's yours, they're going to get you because, you know, we're kind of in that litigious society. And so that's the reason why you don't on every copy of this see Jeremy Dawson's name, but Jeremy Dawson is the co-writer of it. And yeah, so wanted to mention him. Also, couldn't mention this song without mentioning Mason Zygoda. Now, Mason, take Erskine stuff off of here. We'll get Mason stuff up here. That's Mason Zygoda on Instagram. You are wondering, who's Mason? Wait, where'd she come from? You need to know that in Nashville, there's a lot of artists who are doing some incredible things. I literally can walk into the studio from time to time and see, well, probably shouldn't talk about the people who are recording at the studio where I record at. But anyway, world-class singers, artists, musicians who in any given time I may be coming in to fix a guitar or to get a cable or something. I walk in, it's like, hey, meet such and such person. I'm like, oh, it's like that around here. So Mason comes in and she does a lot of background work. And I've known her for a few years. Just tremendous. Loves the Lord. Powerful, beautiful voice, as you'll get a chance to hear in just a few minutes. And Mason has been on the radar as one who's up and coming artist in Nashville for a while now. But recently has put out some new things. And I listened to some of her music. It's pop music. You know, there's music for the church and there's music. How does Ruslan say that? There's music for the church, like worship songs that the church all sings together. And there's music that comes out of the church in terms of artists like myself. Like some of my music works pretty well in church, but this would be a song that would be any Christian would listen to this song and think, man, that glorifies the Lord. Like I can listen to this. I can play this. I can play this around the kids. I can play this anywhere. Mason has some wonderful pop music that she does. She loves the Lord. She's got a master's seminary education, is going to be working on her doctorate degree. So she's a smart cookie. And just, you know, I love to partner with people like that because I think maybe some of you guys won't know who Mason is. I think at this point, I probably have a larger following than her. And so I want to try to bring my audience into a connection with Mason. And for those of you who don't know who I am, part of Mason's audience, I just want to say hello to you guys. And let you know that, man, it's great to be able to partner with people who love the Lord and who are so very talented. And so we're excited to have Mason on this project. We'll be hearing the golden tones of her in just a few minutes. Just wait for it. Two more people that I want to mention who have been instrumental in this project. Or three more. Couldn't obviously mention this project without talking about Stephen Lawicki, Jackland Studios. You can go check out his work there and all the different really cool stuff that he's doing. He's recording like crazy over there, and he's making artists. He's literally changing the trajectory of artist career. Kezia, can I get an amen? There's some folks who are on here today who you listen to some of their music and know their music, not because they were signed with a major record label. Oops, sorry about that, guys. Nothing against major record labels. You guys got to try to make your budget. The end of the month is coming, so you work hard. Stay in your lane. But he is producing a lot of independent artists, and he is doing just high quality, probably giving record labels a headache because now we sound like they sound. Now we sound as good as they sound. Now we good as they good. Anyway, Stephen Lawicki spent tons of hours pouring into this, and we are so extremely thankful for his contribution. His audio engineering is wonderful. His personality is incredible, but his mentorship and discipleship, even as one who loves the Lord, as being a man of God, a man of family, a man of integrity, a man of character. work with people like that. That's all I got to say. Is just work with people like that. I saw Brent Taylor pop on here. Hey, man, hope you're doing well, and hope things are going well for you. Hopefully, we will see each other relatively soon. I know you're about to do a Midwest tour. I'm going to be doing a Midwest tour. Maybe we'll see each other in the Midwest. Who knows? I think you got some shows in St. Louis. We're going to be passing through there relatively soon. And so God bless Brent Taylor Live, Worship City. You guys want to check him out. I've been on his show. He's been on my show, and he will be back. Friend of the show. I also wanted to mention really quickly here, Christabel Braden, who's an artist out of Pennsylvania. And she was touring the country and doing a lot of tremendous things. She had a traumatic brain injury, recovered from that, started doing music, started doing high quality music, working in the studio that I was at. We met one another. We started talking about doing some projects together. And then the Lord started directing her, probably during the time of COVID, maybe even before that, to working on her master's degree. And so that young lady has a master's degree in theology. And so folks that are listening to this today, there's a lot of musicians who are on this thing. We're not just musicians. Like, we sit around all day and it's like, oh, we wake up, it's time to go to a show. Like, our artist lives don't work that way. My wife and I and family planted a church in January. And so we're in the church planting world. We're also in the music world, obviously. We're also doing some things, Project Connect, and we're serving in our communities, also touring. And so we keep all those things going, and we keep an open hand to see what the Lord has for us, co-hosting on Moody Radio. We're just doing a ton of different things. And I know all the artists that joined, Brent Taylor, Kezia, Christabel, Mason, we're all doing a number of different things, not just standing behind a microphone and singing, although the Lord has gifted us to be able to do that well, and we pray faithfully. It has also been a tremendous experience, an occasion for us to be able to, do other things that the Lord has gifted us with. And so last but not least, I want to mention Aaliyah Capilla, as I affectionately call her, who has been working tirelessly to get out the newsletter this week. So if you guys have received the newsletter, it's in your inbox, you haven't seen it, it's got all the announcements of everything that's going on in the Erskine Music ecosystem. She's been posting this everywhere. She made sure that it was time to release. She's got it on DistroKid, all the back end stuff that makes this kind of thing possible. I would literally be sitting here with a microphone and holding a sign that says new release. That's about my capacity. But she just makes all those different things work. And so Aaliyah and the Capaldi family, beautiful family. God bless you guys. Thank you so much for all the sacrifice. At some point, the Lord is just going to probably just send a chariot and just take you. She's not even going to die. She's just going to get on a chariot, just go away. So that's what we think of that family and her contribution to our entire family. Thank you so much, Aaliyah, for all that you do. Let's get to the song. How about that? You guys in favor of that? And then we will talk about some of the big future thing that's going on here. I talked about Mason. Thanks, Tim. And we're praying for you and very thankful for you as well. This is not the new setup, but it could be. Instead of having all that black background and all this shenanigans going on here, I might just go with this new camera, this new look. We'll try it out. We'll do some different things. We'll test it out. So it seems like you guys kind of like this new look here, but wanted to just quickly show you a picture of Mason, just in case you're walking around Nashville and you're like, oh, I've seen you before. Yeah, she's famous. Of course, she's famous. Okay. Where is she? she's famous, but she's obviously somewhere on this thing. Oh, there she is. She's out in the field. We couldn't find her because she's in the field. Hey, Mason, in the field with the flowers. How you doing? Okay, that was Mason. Let's get to the song. All right. You guys ready? Let's have a countdown out there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Debuting Circles.
Got my attention to hear what you say. I've been listening closely so I don't miss a word. No, I can't started coming alive, setting the world on fire. Nothing can stop me now. My past won't hold me down. No more going in circles, blazing another path, and I'm not going back. No more going in circles. I'm not going in circles. No more going in circles.
Still getting stronger, stronger every day. Emotions that held me don't hold me anymore. No, I can't go back where I was before. I'm moving forward, chasing so much more, so much more. I started coming alive, setting the world on fire. Nothing can stop me now. My past won't hold me down. No more going in circles, blazing another path, and I'm not going back. No more going in circles. I'm not going in circles. No more going in circles. You give the strength to change, can't put out this flame. No, you give the strength to change, can't put out this flame. No, nothing can stop me now. My past won't hold me down. No more going in circles, blazing another path, and I'm not going back. No more going in circles, round and round and round, round and round and round, round and round and
Bam. That was Circles featuring Mason Zygoda. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that song. I did forget to mention someone that was very important. As I was listening to the song, I was thinking, what in the world? How did I forget this? So it will not be forgotten. But Marcel Patillo, Marcy P, who's going to be coming out with his own music sometime, hopefully very soon. But Marcel Patillo sang on some of the background track as I was listening to his voice and some of those high parts that he was singing. He came in and did some vocal coaching as I was actually singing backgrounds on this song. And so like, hey, sing this, or maybe we'll try this. And came in the booth and came in the studio. I posted some pictures of that, and you'll see a picture of Marcel and I in the studio working together in the newsletter. And so if you haven't received the newsletter and you haven't signed up for the newsletter, please do that. And so that was the song Circles. Fans, folks, what's your reaction to the song Circles? I know a lot of, I'm hearing from some of you guys that you've already heard it, which is tremendous, but the lyric video that you just saw was made by Christabel Braden. And so that's how that all ties together. As mentioned her as part of the team. And so Marcy P singing on the song. And what I decided to go ahead and do is, I know the ticker is a little bit long this morning, but I just put everybody's information on there. There's Mason's Instagram, there's her website, my Instagram, website, Facebook, all those different things. And yeah, so reach out, because we got to pop off here because we got to go to a meeting with Moody Radio here in just a second. But let Mason know how much you love the song and how much you were inspired by it. And her voice is just golden on this song. And hey, you know what? We this is what we do. This is what we do. We are constantly on the lookout for artists that we resonate with. I would imagine at some point, sooner than later, Keezy and I will be working together on a project. Alini and I will be working together on a project, have worked together on a project. Lydia Walker, Athey, who some of you guys know. We partner together and do the writers retreat together. We've worked together on Mom's Life and other songs, and so this collaborative effort, those of you who are artists that are out there, this is kind of how things happen. You begin to consult with one another if they have some resources and point you in some directions. It's all hard work, but at the same time, that work is made a little bit easier when you begin to partner with artists who have a passion for the Lord and are willing to share just things that they've come across with. And I'll say more about that later on because I want to get off of here, but a couple of big future announcements because we will probably not be, well, I'm going on tour on Monday. It's a now I should mention that's the big announcement. That's one of the big announcements. The tour starts and the dates of the tour are July the 19th to the 29th. And so we will be in the Midwest. My first show is in Wisconsin. We head down to Illinois. Then we're going to be doing a series of shows in Missouri and Kansas. And I think we may end up finishing up in Wisconsin. And so Brendan Brooks and I will be doing that tour together. First time touring with Brendan, and just tremendous artist. This particular showcase that we're going to be doing is called the Comeback Tour. And so I know there's a lot of people who have been out of church, a lot of people who have been out of their routine. This is their opportunity to come back to church, see what kind of things have changed, see what things are new. And we're going to be some of those new voices that a lot of people get a chance to meet. And for Brendan and I, most, if not a lot of the places that we're going to be playing are places that we have never been before. And so we're going to have some new audiences that we get a chance to plug into. We've got t-shirts and different things that are ordered. They're on the way. They're coming. New merch that's coming. And so we're excited about that and excited about the process of what the Lord is doing in the midst of all of this. And so super excited about that upcoming tour, the Comeback Tour. Life Fest, as I said, on July the 30th. So I'll finish that tour right up and then be immediately back in Nashville for the Life Fest event. And then, as I said before, we're going to be doing some shows all throughout August, but then we're eventually in September and October moving toward a new release of an album. And hopefully Meg Habasavik, that album will be out before we get to that. And at least that's the plan. The album will be out and available as we come down and do that stadium event and tour in October. And so, man, thank you so much. If we had credits that they would roll right now, just for all the wonderful people who I've got an opportunity to work with. But instead of credits in the creators world and entrepreneurial world, this is what we do. We say subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. All right. So thank you guys so much for tuning in the Erskine Music Show. Keep those reactions coming all the way until the end of the show because I will play the outro and we can still put comments up until the end of the show. Thank you guys. God bless. It's been the Erskine Music Show, a special edition, the release of the new song Circles, and exclusively here because it's not even up on YouTube yet. Exclusively here. If you tuned in today, you got a chance to see the lyric video before anybody else in the world sees it. God bless you.